Hi, I am Janhavi Tripurwar and today I am going to discuss what is the impact of revoking select privilege from underlying tables on view and tables created from these underlying tables in Postgres. I have already done the setup and I will walk you through the setup and explain it, and then we'll see what is the impact on a view and on a table. I will be using Postgres command line tool known as PSQL for this. I will also switch between this presentation and PSQL. So as you can see, PSQL is a terminal based front end to Postgres. Here I can type in queries, issue them to Postgres and see the query result. Example of a very simple query, select one. I got the result back here, and MyDB here is the database name. So let us get started. For this setup there are two users, Joe and Mon. So first users Joe. Let me switch to user Joe here. So I'm connected to database MyDB as user Joe, right? After this, Joe creates table named employees. Now what is a table? A table is where data is stored. So Joe created this table and Joe is the owner now. So I have already created a table named employees. I will show you. Select star from employees. Here Joe has created this table, right? Joe also creates one more table named departments. I have already done that. I'll show you what is present inside department table. So this is employees table and this is departments table. After this, Joe grant select on employees and department table to Mon. So Mon can basically query both of these tables, right? I have already granted this from Joe to Mon. So I'll switch to Mon now. Mon, and to show you, Mon can query department tables, Mon can query employees table, right? After this, Mon creates a table from these underlying tables. So Mon creates a table named employee underscore department joining these two tables, right? Executes this query and creates this. So I have done that. I'll show you how it looks. So this is the employee underscore department table created from underlying tables, employees and departments. We have to observe the impact on this table, right? After this, Mon creates a view from both of this table. Now what is a view? A view is a stored query for future use. So I have created this view as well. So select star from employee department view. So this is the view, right? So every time when we execute select star from employee underscore department underscore view, it basically runs this query from select to department underscore id. Okay, Mon can query table and view. We just saw Mon can query the table and the view, correct? Okay, now let us switch back to user Joe. So switched back to user Joe. After this, earlier Joe had granted select on employee to Mon, but now Joe revokes the select privilege on employees table from Mon. So let me do that. Revoke select on employees from Mon. Okay, from Mon. So revoke. I'll switch to Mon. This is done. Now the question is, can Mon query employee department table and employee department view? Let us see. So Joe has revoked select on employees from Mon. So let us first query the employees table. Obviously it will give an error, permission denied, because Mon now don't have select privilege on it. But to summarize things, we have two users. First one is Joe, second one is Mon. We are only talking about select privilege here. Now Joe can query employees and department table. By query I mean select star from these tables, because Joe is owner of these tables. Mon can query departments table because Joe has granted select privilege to Mon for department's table. And remember, Mon can no longer query employees table. Mon can no longer query employees table because Joe revoked the privilege. Now the question is, Mon, who is the owner of employee underscore department table and employee underscore department underscore view, can Mon query this table and this view created from employees and departments table after revoking select privilege from one of the underlying tables, in our case employees, right? This is the question here. So let us see. Now I am connected to database as Mon. Okay, now select star from employee gives me error, makes sense. What about select star from employee underscore department underscore view? Mon is owner of this table, but this is created from employees table to which Mon don't have access, enough privilege to access. Okay, so for the view also we get permission denied for table employees. Now what about employee underscore department table? But interestingly, we can query the employee underscore department table, which is also created from underlying table employee and department. But we cannot query view employee underscore department underscore view, which is also created from underlying tables employees and department. Now what is the reason why this behavior? So yeah, so look at this query statement where Mon is creating the table. This statement will run and it will create employee underscore department table, but it doesn't matter where its content originate. This table is not based on these underlying tables. It just happens that that's where the initial rows were gotten, but the table employee underscore department is independent of its underlying tables. So even when select privilege on employee is revoked from Mon can still query the employee underscore department table because it is an independent table and it has nothing to do and it is not based on the underlying tables, right? But in case of a view, when the select privilege is revoked from Mon for this underlying table employees, it is getting permission denied error for the view as well. This is because, as mentioned earlier, when we are doing select star from a view, it basically reruns the query associated with the view, in our case this query, and there is a way in Postgres through which we can see the associated query. The query is select view name and definition from pg underscore view. This is a Postgres default catalog where view name is our view. This will show us what is the view name and what is the associated definition with the view. So every time we are doing select star from view name, this employee underscore department view, it is rerunning this query. And as Mon don't have access, select privilege, enough privilege for this employees table, this query will throw an error and hence employee underscore department view also cannot be queried by Mon. Remember, the view is still there but it is broken, right? So now just for an exercise, I'll switch back to Joe and I will grant select on employees to Mon. Okay, and select star from employees, we have these many things, and I will insert into it a new row. Okay, I am inserting into this my name and department number. So select star from employees has this new row added. Now what do you think? Will the view employee underscore department view have this row, new row? And what about the employee underscore department table? Let us verify. So I am connected as Mon now, right? Select star from employees, the row is reflected. Select star from employee underscore department, which is the table, the row is not reflected, which makes sense because this employees table and this employee underscore department table, they are not related now. This table is independent of its underlying tables, right? But if we see for a view, it will be reflected because this view is based on its underlying table. So conclusion, table which is created from the underlying table will have no impact if select privilege is revoked from the underlying table or inserted into the underlying table. Whereas in case of a view, revoking privileges or granting privileges to the underlying tables will have impact on the view. I hope you like this video and enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching it.